Hi there, it's Lianne Phillipson, registered nutritionist, coming to you from Sprout Right headquarters. How are you, and happy 2018. What better way to start the year than to talk about family? Family and the dynamics that go on around the table, about eating and all of those kind of things. Today, I want to talk to you about being a really great role model to your baby, to your toddlers, to your kids about eating. Now, this can be a bit of a tricky thing because everyone has their own likes and dislikes. And sometimes you think, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't eat this. I don't eat that. They're not watching. Oh, yes, they are. They are always watching. They always see what you're doing and they follow your actions, not necessarily your words. So I just want to go through a few top tips on really encouraging fantastic dynamic within the family, being a great role model, and some things that you can do to get your kids excited about food, especially the pickier ones. So first of all is to lead by example. That's what we do as parents, and like I said, kids will follow what you're doing, not the words that come out of your mouth. And if they see that you're doing something completely different, like you're sitting down, you're having chocolate, chips, some sort of, junk food type of thing, but then you're trying to give them carrots or broccoli or something like that, they're gonna be like, hang on a minute, what? This isn't right. So make sure that you are you are genuinely leading by example. So eating fruits, eating vegetables, having a good breakfast, not standing in the kitchen and having coffee and then running out the door. If we're talking about toddlers and kids like that, you think, oh no, they're just in their high chair and they're not really watching. Oh yes, they are. And they pick up on the stress and all of those kind of things too. So, let your child see that when you come home, the first thing that you do is you go straight to the fridge, you get out the fruits and vegetables that you've chopped up already, hopefully, or the baby carrots straight out of the bag or whatever that looks like, and you start eating it. And then you say, oh, do you want one too? And then you share with them, get out some hummus, some dip or something like that, but you're all eating the same thing. You're not expecting them to eat something that you're not having. Oh no, this is for you and this is for me. That kind of thing. It happens so much because in the first year they really are eating a lot of their own food. It's great to get them involved and having the same meals that you are, but as long as those meals are healthy. So you have to eat healthy food in front of your baby, in front of your toddler, and don't think that just because you've got a 9-month-old and they don't know that you're in the kitchen sneaking the 2-bite brownie because you just have to have it, then, sure, they can't see through walls and things like that, but they pick up on what's going on. So that's important. My second tip is to go food shopping together. Now, I'll duck. Don't throw things at the screen and say, are you kidding me? Going shopping with my kids, child, like anyone. Can I just go on my own and get round there? Choose a time when no one is crabby. It's not nap time. Go around the produce section. This is one of my top tips for picky toddlers. Pick up a pineapple, let them touch it. Pick up an eggplant, let them touch it. See how smooth the skin is. Talk about the color difference between a purple eggplant and an orange pineapple. Not that they can see inside, but let them feel the prickles on the top of the pineapple. Let them look at the ends and the sprigs of, the tops, the carrot tops, and how soft they are. They're really soft. All the different colors of peppers, talk about the peppers, all of those kind of things. This is not when you're trying to do a really quick shop because you've got nothing in the fridge ready for dinner and you're just running in quickly. This is not the time to do that, but do have an outing, right? Just like you would maybe go to your singing class or something like that. Have an outing where you're going to go out and then you're going to spend a little bit of time as you're going around. Do a big reveal on what's this or just anything as you walk around the different sizes of oranges, what grapefruits look like, what do they smell like, all the different herbs that you can get. Do they tickle the nose of, when you put dill on their nose, what does that smell like? Those kind of things. So really try and broaden the horizons. One of my favorite places to do all of this is local farmers markets. So as it's wintertime, that's not really happening, but But certainly in the summertime, or if you can get out to one, that's a fantastic way to get kids so interested in what's seasonal, what's there. They can, stand in front of, they pull themselves up on the table and look at these massive cauliflowers the same size as their head when they're all in season. My next tip is to get creative in the kitchen. At the end of the day, you just don't want to, because you're probably really, really tired. Maybe if you've got a toddler, you've picked them up from daycare, you've got home, you're like, oh God, I've got to cook now. All those kind of things. But, while you're waiting, if they're sitting in their high chair, put a couple of grapes, a blueberry, and then, just cut a vegetable like a banana or something like that and make a smiley face. So they've got something to nibble on, which is all part of their meal while you're making dinner. So make it fun, get creative. We used to have the plates that had, I think it was some sea creatures, so an octopus and a dolphin and all these different things, on the bottom of the plate with the sections, and then they had to do the big reveal by the time, you've almost see the octopus's eye and all of those kind of things. You just keep them going that way. It's such a lot of fun. It really, really is. Another thing is to offer the same foods for everyone. When they get to the age and the stage where you can have a meal, then do offer the same foods. Do not become a short order cook. If you start to go to the fridge and get them the yogurt or the cheese or whatever the fallback is, they're going to expect it. They're going to want it. It's going to keep on happening. So make sure that if they don't want to eat at 6 o'clock or 6:30 by the time you get home from work and you're with your baby or with your toddler, then they're probably not hungry. They've probably had enough to eat all day long. And you thinking, you need to eat, otherwise you're not going to sleep. Not true. Not at all. You need to eat because it's the only meal that I'm feeding you today. I have that from parents all the time in my consultations. So making sure that you are offering that food, and if they don't want it, then fine. And also, another thing to do is, rather than saying, do you want broccoli for dinner? You say, do you want broccoli, or shall we have zucchini for dinner? So you keep that boundary nice and tight. They know that it has to have a vegetable with dinner, and you give them the option so they have a little bit of a say. They feel like, oh, I get to choose. What are we having for dinner? Rather than saying, no, I don't want broccoli. And then you have to come up with something else. So really, really try and get into that as much as you can. Now, just an overall type of thing. Kids will maybe pick up if you're a bit stressed, and then what you eat and all of those kind of things. And then also we pass that on to our kids sometimes. There's reward systems that go on. I see this all the time. If you go pee on the potty, I'll give you a Smartie. No. That Smarties and being on the potty have nothing to do with each other. It is not a reward system. You can just as easily do a happy dance. Yay! Look at you! What a rock star! Even stickers and things like that. A lot of the parenting experts say no reward system. If you want to do a sticker or something like that, it's certainly different to giving Smarties or jelly beans or something like that as a reward for going pee on the potty. Don't use food. Don't set anyone up in your family to be rewarded with food. It's really, really tricky and starts off the whole emotional tie to, oh, I was a good girl, so I got some chocolate, or I got some this, I got some that. So then they learn, if I'm a good girl, then I'll be able to eat the sugary, crappy food. No association. The only association with food is that we are human beings. Our bodies need nutrients to run. It's like not putting gas in your car. You are not going to get to the end of the road. If you want to be fast, if you want to go to the park, if you want to go climb that tree, if you want to run across the room, or if you want to bike somewhere or something like that, how these little toddlers, they tuck in and then off they go, and you go, wow, you were so fast. Bet that was to do with that broccoli, or I bet that was to do because you finished that chicken. Oh, remember those green beans? I bet that made you grow. Look how tall you are. That is an association that you can start to instill at such a young age for your child. It doesn't matter what their age is, even though you don't know that it's going in, I promise you that it is. They watch your face, they see your expressions. all of those kind of things. And then you give them more of that good stuff that makes their body strong and powerful. And you teach them that those muscles that they've got there are from eating really well. Because if you don't teach them, they're going to make something up in their head. And there's also not going to be the association. So many kids don't understand, why are you trying to force me to eat all of this good stuff when I can just as easily go and eat all the crappy stuff, because boy, it tastes better. So you have to teach them. It's so important. When you sit down to the table, focus on each other. You've got to see what's going on. You got to see what they're eating. If you're feeding them still, then you got to see what's going on instead of sitting there on your phone or, talking on the phone or something like that. Really try and be in the moment. That's so important for everyone to get the right amount of attention, for there to be connection. Food and table, sitting down at the table is a dying art almost, that everybody's in so many different places all the time. They're late for work or school or whatever that happens to be. So it's such a great thing to just try and be present for that even 5 to 10 minutes when you're all around the dinner table. Listen to your child. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to their likes and their dislikes. And then also you can start to teach them, Brussels sprouts are not my favorite food, but let's try and find a way so that we can eat them, because I know that they're really good for me. And, the broccoli trees, they're quite funny when they tickle your nose and things like that. There's lots and lots of ways to be able to prepare food. So lightly steam, a little bit of dip, or just raw. Like, all these foods can be prepared in so many different ways. I think I've just realized I've mentioned broccoli about 4 times, I'm sorry, in this video. So many other peppers. Let's talk about peppers for a minute. So many other things that we can talk about, vegetables and all of those kind of things. So really, really great to be listening to your child, but then also modeling for them that this is not really my favorite food, but I'm just going to eat it anyway because I know it's going to make me strong and fast, and maybe then I can keep up with you, because you know how much the toddlers do not stop moving and just make me exhausted just watching them these days. Speaking of exhausted, encourage the physical activity. Because as soon as they're out and about and they're running and they're playing and things like that, they're going to work up an appetite. And the more that they do that in the younger years, the more it's going to serve them in their older years. Talk about colors that they can eat. So eat a rainbow every day. I talk about that so much all the time. Make up a nice chart, stick it on the fridge, and everyone in the family has to eat a rainbow every single day. So that's you, Mom, that's you, Dad, as well as the kids. And then you put a sticker on there, you put a check mark on there, whatever that looks like, then you're modeling to them. You're letting them know that this is what we do in this family, and it becomes normal. It's not normal to come home and have a cookie. It's normal to come home and have some carrots or some celery or some chopped up cucumbers or some dip or a little orange. This time of year, those little baby tangerine oranges are around everywhere, or have some grapes or whatever it is that you love. My daughter, I know she's 12, older than most of the kids. She just ate a massive bowl of frozen blueberries when she got home from school. I didn't suggest it. She's just been doing that lately. She's got a thing, and then next week it could be mango or something like that. So really, really great to be able to follow what it is that they're doing and then encourage. Thank you so much for joining the Facebook Live today. I'll quickly note down that we have one of our meal plans on sale until the end of the month, the 21-day meal plan, which is available on sproutright.com. So do check that out. It's available half price until the end of January. So a really great deal there. Do let us know if you've got any questions. Put in the comments below if you've got questions, or you can subscribe, share with your friends. The more that we get all of this great chat going on about eating, and the more we can support each other, we're always here for you, the better and the healthier our kids will be. So thank you so much for taking the time for watching, and I so look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks. Take good care. Bye.